Welcome to Real Unsolved Crimes, where we dive deep into the cases that defy explanation and justice. Tonight, we journey to the Hawaiian Islands, a paradise where beauty and mystery often intertwine. But in 1982, Honolulu became the backdrop of a chilling murder that remains unsolved to this day. This is the case of Lisa A.U. Lisa A.U. was just 19 years old, a bright, young woman with her whole life ahead of her. Born and raised in Hawaii, Lisa was the picture of warmth and promise. Her family described her as caring, responsible, and full of potential. She worked as a hairstylist at a local Honolulu salon, and was known for her kind spirit and radiant smile. Friends admired her dedication to her job, her love for the arts, and her hopes of someday opening her own salon. On the night of January 20, 1982, Lisa left work around 9 p.m. She had plans to meet her boyfriend, Doug Holmes, at his sister's apartment in Maki. It was a rainy night, but Lisa wasn't concerned. Rain was common in Hawaii, and she had made this drive many times before. She drove her orange 1976 Toyota. Doug and Lisa spent some quiet time together. Around midnight, Lisa left to head home. She lived with her parents in the Kailua area. The drive should have taken about 30 minutes. But Lisa never made it home. Doug called Lisa's apartment the next morning. No answer. When he called her workplace and discovered she hadn't shown up, panic set in. He immediately retraced her steps, checking the route she would have taken. And that's when he found her car. Lisa's Toyota was discovered parked on the side of the highway in Maunawili, a winding road connecting Honolulu to Kailua. The car was strangely positioned, not quite off the road. The driver's seat was pushed far back, much too far for Lisa's petite frame. Even more concerning, the doors were locked, the engine was off, and Lisa's personal belongings, her purse, wallet, and ID, were missing. Inside, the car's interior was damp. The front seats were soaked, as if the windows had been left open during the heavy overnight rain, but oddly, the windows were rolled up when the car was discovered. It was as if someone had quickly staged the car to look like Lisa had abandoned it. Lisa's family and friends immediately feared foul play. And they were right to be afraid. For the next 10 days, law enforcement, volunteers, and concerned citizens launched an exhaustive search for Lisa. The story gripped the island. Flyers with her photo were posted on street corners. Local news stations covered the search daily. Strangers joined the effort, combing beaches, hiking trails, and dense forest areas for any sign of her. But there was no trace. No Lisa. No answers. Then, on January 31st, 1982. 10 agonizing days after her disappearance, Lisa's body was discovered. A jogger had stumbled upon something off Tantalus Drive, a scenic, heavily wooded area with twisting roads and panoramic views of Honolulu. In a ravine, partially concealed by underbrush, lay the nude, decomposing body of a young woman. It was Lisa. The medical examiner could not determine a cause of death due to the advanced decomposition, but there were no obvious signs of blunt force trauma. Still, there was no question, this was a murder. Lisa hadn't ended up there by accident. This should have been the beginning of justice. But instead, it marked the start of decades of questions. Who killed Lisa A.U.? That question would take investigators down a twisted path of rumors, half-truths, and chilling possibilities. One of the first and most disturbing theories was that Lisa had been pulled over by someone impersonating a police officer. Witnesses who drove past the area where her car was found reported seeing blue flashing lights near her vehicle that night, the kind used by police. At the time, some plainclothes officers drove unmarked vehicles with dashboard-mounted blue lights. Could Lisa have stopped for a car she believed was a legitimate officer's? Adding fuel to this theory, reports soon surfaced of a man impersonating police officers on Oahu, using flashing lights to stop young women at night. Attention quickly focused on a Honolulu police officer named Gary Diaz. He had once dated a woman who worked with Lisa and had a vehicle similar to the one seen near Lisa's car. Diaz voluntarily took a polygraph test and was ultimately cleared. No charges were filed. But suspicion had already spread like wildfire. Rumors swirled in the media. The Honolulu Police Department came under intense scrutiny. The public wondered, could a member of law enforcement be responsible? Or had the department bungled the investigation to protect one of its own? To this day, no officer has ever been charged in connection to Lisa's death. But the theories didn't stop there. Some believed Lisa may have known her killer personally. A jealous ex? A client from her salon? Perhaps someone who had been watching her, waiting for the right moment. Others questioned whether her boyfriend, Doug Holmes, had any involvement. He was the last person known to see her alive. But Doug cooperated fully with the investigation and passed a polygraph test. Police never considered him a serious suspect. Years passed, and leads dried up. Witnesses moved away. Memories faded. But Lisa's family never gave up. In 2002, 20 years after Lisa's murder, HPD announced it was re-examining cold cases using new forensic technologies. Lisa's case was one of them. DNA evidence had been collected from her body and from the scene, but due to degradation, results were inconclusive. Still, hope lingered that advances in forensic science could one day provide a breakthrough. In 2022, on the 40th anniversary of her death, Lisa's family held a memorial service at the ravine where her body was found. They lit candles, shared memories, and renewed their plea for answers. The case remains open. Investigators still receive tips from time to time, some anonymous, some cryptic. But so far, none have cracked the mystery. Lisa Au's murder is more than just a cold case. It's a wound in Hawaii's history, a story of innocence lost, trust broken, and justice delayed. She was a daughter, a friend, a dreamer. She should have lived a full life. Opened that salon. Maybe gotten married. Had children. Instead, she was taken in the dead of night and discarded like she didn't matter. But Lisa did matter. She still does. And maybe, just maybe, the truth is out there. Waiting to be found. Or perhaps waiting to be confessed. If you have any information about the murder of Lisa Au, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, contact the Honolulu Police Department or submit a tip anonymously. Because someone knows something. Thank you for joining us on Real Unsolved Crimes. If you were moved by Lisa's story, consider sharing this episode. The more people who hear her name, the closer we come to finding justice. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories of mystery, loss, and the pursuit of truth. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and never stop asking questions.